Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and my subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location at this very moment. I, Okute, is back here with another blockbuster. I, Okute, is here with another mouth-watering news that will gladden your heart. Everything happens for good. Everything good happens for those who believes and wait. So if you have not subscribed to my channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk, endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification icon so that you will be notified each time we go live or we post anything new on our channels. So let us move straight into the real business of this day. We are starting our broadcast this morning with how the Fulani youths meet the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, P2B, and they give them they give their own verdict on coming 23 election. So let us see what happens before we can move into other interesting news that will come your way this Wednesday. Fulani youths meet over P2B's ambition, give their verdict on 2023 poll. The presidential ambition of the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, has just received a massive support after a group of youths from the country's northern region assured the Labour Party candidate of their votes coming 2023. Reports obtained by Okute News on Tuesday, today, revealed that Fulani youths from across 19 northern states and Abuja met and concluded they will no longer vote along ethnic and religious lines. In that regard, they assured Obi of their full support, saying the former governor possesses good leadership qualities. Make una dey hear even on our own brothers now don't turn deaf ears. They even support opposition party against their own brother. You will come out tomorrow and begin to shout, "Oh, Igbo love themselves. Igbo love themselves." Where is the love now? Imagine what did they call him? This Anambra State Mumu governor, Soludo, endorsing article whereby he have his own presidential candidate to where be Umade of Abga. He never endorsed him. They never even start a campaign or even have cabinet that will be presidential campaign council. He went and endorsed article and gave him conditions and assured him that the whole southern eastern state will vote for Atiku PDP because he have already promised him he is the stepping stone. That without Atiku now, Igbos have nothing to do with the presidency. Imagine that kind of insult. And people are clapping hand. Even when they are being degraded and march upon their own fundamental human rights, people are clapping hands. Nigerians, okay, let me say, the Igbos are the most educated fools in the whole world, including me myself. Somebody came out and began to tell you, I am the stepping stone to your presidency. So that means without Atiku, even if Atiku did not win, so you push to forget anything about presidency in Nigeria, as long as Nigerian history is concerned. And people are busy clapping hands. They hear them, articulate. Let's see what happens 2023. If Atiku did not win, let me see if there's any other Igbo candidate will emerge again and say, vote for me. Because he have already made it clear to you people that if you do not vote for him, nothing for you. If you do not vote for PDP, or even if you vote for PDP and PDP loses the election 2023, nothing for you. Can you say it? And the most educated ones in their midst are even the one that is encouraging all this nonsense. And they are clapping hand. Whereby somebody is marching on their own fundamental human rights as a Nigerian. God have mercy. What kind of brain do we have in this eastern part of the country? Nobody is asking questions. Somebody is telling you that he is a stepping stone. You do not ask him how. He choose Okowa to become his running mate. Okay, maybe when he finish, he will hand over to Okowa. The Okowa you are claiming to be an Igbo for as one of the column. Is Okowa agreed to be an Igbo? Okowa told you they state that they are middle belt, that they are not Igbos. Even when they call them Delta Igbos, they will rebuke you. But tell me how the presidency will reach. If presidency, okay, let's assume Atiku win, and after his tenure or after his reign, Okowa took over. South have already taken over this Good Luck have taken one, and the Okowa again will take one because Bele Good Luck Jonathan, that one no be Igbo name. Okay, how I want to see him now? Say that one, Igbo presidents have been awaiting. Okowa is never an Igbo, and they never agreed to be Igbo. So all these ones, they jump up now, say, hey, every time I want, he keeps saying, every time I want to run, I keep carrying Igbo people along because I have the Igbo people interest at heart. And another one, he say, you after all, I marry your daughter, and which daughter again? The daughter you have already, Jennifer, you have already divorced how many years ago? A serial divorcee. And you are here now using it as a point of, even most of people say don't even know that you are no more living with the woman. Che, Igbos, make una wake up, Onamumu don't do. Onamumu is enough. In that regard, they are sure to be of their full support, saying that the former governor, I repeat this word again, that the former governor possesses good leadership qualities. But our people no see this kind of thing. Rather, they choose to support an alien who is not even a Nigerian, according to the DNA of what they did 2019. See it, even one of the presidential candidates, I mean, okay, let's say not one of the APC presidential candidates, he have already said it on the national TV that even the one that they say is not a Nigerian is even challenging him. Just indirectly, he threw in that word. They don't want to go into detail. Nobody asks questions. All these are our media outlets, all these are our brown envelope media outlets that have, they saw that thing, they had it, and they have been interviewing all their spokespersons. Nobody have ever read that issue because they have already been blasted their mouth with brown envelope. I beg, let us proceed. The Fulani youths, according to reports, made their positions known during a meeting with Igbo Elders Consultative Forum IECF, led by Elder Statesman Chukwuemeka Ezife. They noted during the meeting that the Igbo-speaking people and their tribe had something in common for ages. Ukute News understand that the Fulani youths presented a document containing their demands to the former chairman of the Police Service Commission, Chief Simon Okeke, who chaired the meeting. In his remark, the leader of the delegation, Ibrahim Abdullahi, said the decision to support Obi was to reinvent the alliance between the North and the Southeast as witnessed in the First and Second Republics. Simple truth. Fulani that have been living in Nigeria for a very long time. When I grew up as a child, I used to see Fulanis even in my doorsteps. We greeted, we laugh, we eat together, we play. You know, there's most of the job that they can do for all that we, the indigenous, cannot do for our own self. Everybody was living very good, not until the bad government entered and bring in the fake Fulanis from other countries. Nigeria have Fulanis, fine and good. Yes, Nigeria have Fulanis. From my inception as a child down to this my old age now, I have known Fulanis. Even all my years of living in the north, they have been my best friends. Even teaching me their languages, Zabaramanchi. But our so-called politicians never do well. Politicians, all the psychophants who have vowed that this country can never be well, they are the one that imported the fake, the killer herdsmen, the killer Fulani herdsmen from Niger, Libya, and the rest of other neighboring countries, Mali, Chad, and the rest of them, and they come into Nigeria, everything spoiled. And we keep on. Who say there's no any good Fulani out there? There's a good Fulani, the same way that's Igbo, good Igbo, and also the bad Igbos. So let us not commonize everything. There's the good ones and also the bad ones. The good ones have been living with us for years, for decades. The bad ones are just the ones that they imported before 2015, and the one they imported 2015 to rig the election against Goodluck Jonathan. Peter Nasir El-Rufai will attest to this. That is why whenever they kidnap people You will hear them saying that the government knows what they want. That's the agreement they did with them before they did what they did in 2015. But that agreement have not been met, and that is why they keep on unleashing mayhem to the poor ones instead of going for those ones who sign agreement with them. He said, the current president is our kinsman, but we have realized from experience that you don't need to have someone from your tribe or faith as president before your lives improve. We need somebody who is patriotic, honest, justice and fair. In Nigeria, the Fulanis are no longer after tribal or religious sentiments. Thank you for saying this. We are looking for a leader that is capable of taking Nigeria to the promised land. We have realized that these two tribes, Fulani and Igbo, hold 99% of the corporate existence of Nigeria. The Igbos have control over 80% of commercial activities in the country, while the Fulanis control 99% of the livestock we have. Igbos and Fulanis coming together to work for good of Nigeria will be the best. I agree with you on this. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Yes, Fulanis are the one. Anything about livestock, when you contact them, they have it. The account of commercial business and the rest of them, development, is the Igbos. Tell me any part of the country, any part of Nigeria that you can go without not seeing any Igbo doing amazingly well. Not only doing amazingly well, developing that area. Igbo man, Biafran man, okay, let's take it this way. An Igbo man never leave a place the same way he made it. No. Igbo come to a desert within a specific time, that desert will turn to mansions and the rest of them. Because the Igbo, the way they do is the same way the Fulanis do. Once Fulanis come and see this place now, their livestock, can be accepted and they grow up in numbers. He will invite his brothers. That is the same way with Igbos. Igbos will invite his brother, come one day, if any man here, look at the business we are doing here. Come. From inviting 1, 2, 3, 4, before you know it, they begin to have families there. That is an Igbo man for you. And that same way with Fulanis. Fulanis can multiply as many Fulanis was born in my own kindred. In those years, I'm talking about 1970s to 80s. They were born and brought up, and they are still living there even up to tomorrow. They can even speak Igbo more than me. Because at the time I left this thing, I left my ancestral land for greener pasture in the north. So that is why I can speak most English, or I can speak Hausa and some Fulanese. But Igbo that are living in my own in my own kindred, in my own area till tomorrow, they have even regarded them as Omunna. And I put here one na keije, one na kenkenemen. When they speak Igbo to you or write Igbo to you, one day, even if unless you are an indigene, you will know that they are this. If you are not an indigene, if somebody tell you that these people are from Fulanese or they are Fulanese, you won't even know, because almost everything about them now is Igbos. They can eat your local food more than you. They can even cook it more than you. So I agree with what the people are saying. What Fulani youths are saying. Of course, you are right. You also know that this is not the first time. The alliance between the two ethnic groups in the First and Second Republics brought prosperity to the country, though we are still licking the wound of civil war and cause. We have offended ourselves, but we are doing this to bring about the much needed healing. Peter Obi is a unifier, according to the guys. In his remark, the IACF chairman and former governor of Anambra State, Chief Ezife, described Obi as a true unifier who will banish poverty, insecurity, and all the negatives associated with Nigeria. Responding to a recent comment by the incumbent governor of Anambra, Charles Soludo, about Obi's chances in the 2023 election, Ezife said, everybody cannot support Obi's presidential bid. Soludo has dismissed the chances of Obi in 2023 and criticized the style of Indigbos in his quest for the country's #1 seat in an article titled "History Beckons and I Will Not Be Silent." Ukutelu report that the statement caused a barrage of reactions on and off social media. If P2B becomes president in the next 2 years, our sons and daughters abroad will begin to think of coming back home. Yes, so not true. God has his hand in Obi's movement. I know him very well. Many years I left as a governor. I saw him at airports carrying his own luggage. He insisted that public funds must be used for public good. Then, as we are here, if all of us Igbos are saying the same thing, it will look somehow. We are happy to hear that some might not be supporting him, but that doesn't mean anything. I know that 99% of the people are for Obi, Eze-Ife said. So that is all you need to know about the support from the Fulani youths that meet with the former governor of Anambra State, Eze-Ife, and the rest of them. Federal government begins 11 power projects plans of 3,750 megawatts generation. For how many years? This is the promise you people made 2015. Now you're almost close to the end of your tenure. You are talking about this. This is just creating another problem for the incoming president. But notwithstanding, we are not going to break down. We keep moving forward as it ought to be. President Muhammadu Buhari led government on Monday announced that 4 hydropower projects have been completed. According to the federal government, the 4 hydropower will see 110 megawatts of electricity injected to the national grid. The federal government disclosed that 11 other hydropower projects with a total capacity of 3,750 megawatts of electricity have been initiated. The Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, disclosed this in a document on the infrastructure development by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. Adamu in the document explained that Nigeria's hydropower potential was 12,202 megawatts, adding that Kaenji, Jeba, and the Shiroro dams account for 1,930 megawatts of this figure. He said, to further boost energy sufficiency in hydropower generation, the ministry has completed and/or concessioned the following Gurara hydropower project: Kaduna State, 30 megawatts Kashimba hydropower project, 40 megawatts Andadin Kowa hydro project, 40 megawatts. Nigeria's power generation has been hovering around 3,500 megawatts and 4,500 megawatts, despite the fact that the power generation and distribution arms of the sector were privatized since November of 2013. The government and operators in the sector have been making efforts to grow the country's output in terms of power generation, with the water minister describing the contribution from hydro as vital to this drive. The minister, speaking on other hydropower projects currently being worked on, said that 11 of them were initiated by the federal government and were at various stages of completion. He outlined the projects to include the Gurara 2 hydropower project, Niger State, 360 megawatts Kiriri hydro project, Adamawa State, 36 megawatts Istre hydro project, Kaduna State, 40 megawatts Bawaku hydro project, Benue State. No any eastern state here. Hey, 182 megawatts and Makode hydropower project, Benue State, of 1,500. Igbos were on our own. Others include the Katsina Ala hydropower project, Benue State, 460, Farinruwa hydropower project, Nasarawa State, 20 megawatts, Manya hydro project, Taraba State, 182 megawatts, Tade project, Oyo State, 220 megawatts, Mango, Plateau State, 182 megawatts, and Lokoja hydropower project, Kogi State, of 750 megawatts. The minister explained that the activities of the ministry were guided by the National Water Resources Master Plan, immediate and long-term strategies for the water sector 2016 to 2030, also known as the Water Sector Roadmap, and the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal number 6. So that is all you need to know about the 11 power projects plans to produce to produce 3,750 megawatts generation coming our way. I don't know whether, okay, as they said, from 2016 to 2030. It's all right. Zamfara, they are mourning the indigenes that are being killed by airstrike, trying to bombard, what do they call it, bandits. Zamfara, Nigeria Air Force airstrike against bandits kills resident governor of Zamfara State mourns. The governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, on Tuesday expressed sadness over the death of some residents of the state caught in a military fire. The victims had lost their lives during the Nigerian Air Force airstrike against bandits in the Maru local government area of Zamfara State. Matawale, in a statement released through his special advisor, Public Enlightenment, Media and Communications, Zilani Bapa, expressed sympathy over the incident. Bapa noted that the Zamfara State governor is saddened that a number of civilians lost their lives in the airstrike. The governor said, "These unfortunate incidents have come at a time when both the state government and the Nigerian military are poised to effectively end the menace of the bandits, especially by taking the fight to their enclaves. I wish to, on behalf of myself, my family, the state government, and the entire good people of Zamfara State, extend my sincere sympathy to those who were injured and the families of those who died as a result of this collateral damage caused by Nigerian Air Force." Matawale further stated that the state government has swung into action to address the remote and immediate cause of the incident to avert any further ugly incident in the future. May the souls of those who have lost their lives in the course of wiping out the bandits in their midst, may they receive solace, or may they find solace before the God Almighty. That is all I can say. The presidential candidate of PDP, Atiku Abubakar, don donate 50 million naira come give victims of banditry in Katsina State. All these things is politically motivated. We know. Yes, they are all politically motivated. I never see how much you give your state, Adamawa. Now you are giving president's own state 50 million naira. What for now? I never see how much you give these flood victims across all the whole almost 16 to about 17 states have been affected by this incident flood we have of recent. But you can give 50 million naira to our own Presido state because you are looking for favor from the Presido, right? So that APC will give you the ticket. You have been demanded. You lied. The People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has donated the sum of 50 million naira to victims of banditry in Katsina State. Okutenu reports that the former vice president made the donation on Tuesday when he paid homage to the emir of Katsina, Dr. Abdul Mumini Kabir Usman, at his palace in Katsina, the state capital. Atiku sympathizes with the people of Katsina and the other northern states over the spate of insecurity and other social issues facing the region. He also vowed to end the insecurity and economic challenges befalling the region if elected as president of the country in 2023. He said, "I sympathize with the people of Katsina and other northern states that are facing security and economic challenges. I want to assure you that if elected as president of Nigeria, I will end all these challenges. On behalf of myself, I donate the sum of 50 million naira to victims of banditry in the state who have relocated to other places as a result of bandits attacks in their communities." Now 50 million naira solve the issue of banditry. You have never solved the issue now. You are just dashing them money. Or you are not even creating more problem to them, because once you mention this money, all these bandits will open their eyes and hear the time that they say, "Oh, this money has been split to to all the communities, and they will come after them. So this one is instead of giving them this money, why not use the money to find pay security operatives that will guide them and make sure that nothing happens to them, instead of creating more problems for the communities. In his remark, the Emir appreciated the PDP flag bearer for his donation, stressing that the fund will be used to resettle displaced persons in the state. The monarch also lamented the upsurge of insecurity in the country, adding that the emirate would support only a candidate with vision to tackle the challenges of affecting the nation. Atiku, who is in Katsina in continuation of his 2023 campaign, was accompanied by his running mate, Governor of Delta State, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, the national chairman of the PDP, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwa, former governors of Niger, Kano, Jigawa, and Kaduna, Aliyu Babangida, Ibrahim Shekaru, Sule Lamido, and Ahmed Mekarifi, among other dignitaries, sorry to say. Tinubu reveals the only reason he wants to become president, begs aggrieved APC members. What makes them aggrieved? Let us see. All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu have appealed to all aggrieved members of the party as he reveals the only reason he is running to be president in the coming 2023. Okute News report that Tinubu, during the town hall meeting in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, on Tuesday, begged all members of the party who lost primary elections to withdraw all lawsuits and stop warring against themselves. Tinubu called on the former senator for Cross River Central Senatorial District, John Owen Eno, and Mary Eta, who also lost the Central Senatorial ticket, to current Speaker of the Cross River State House of Assembly, Jonas Etan, to sheath their swords and work together for the sake of the party. The former governor of Lagos State stressed that driving Nigeria forward is the only reason he is running to be president in 2023, adding that anger and division will not solve the country's problems. He said, Mary Atta and I didn't start today. We have been friends long ago, and Senator John Owen Eno, no matter what, you are born to be disappointed as far as you are a human. But please, withdraw your lawsuits, let us work together. I want the two of you to deflate the balloon of anger and got back together to work for the sake of our party. I am a wheel runner. Driving Nigeria forward is the only reason I am running. Division, anger, and the breaking apart will not solve Nigeria's problem. It's only by building a team of intellectuals and the visionaries that we can to run the country to move forward. Please, Oga Agbado, can you please lend us one of all those your intellectual, just give us small chickeny to the outgoing president. At least let him use small of that your intellectuals to manage the country until the day that he will give up the office. Because as it stands now, the president have lost control over how to manage the nation. As he came out the other day to call for Nigerians, let us pray for bandits. It is laughable, and it's also a thing of concern. You sold this president to us. You made us to understand that is the change. That when US and when US was not going well, what did they refer to? They refer to retired general. And you call many countries who refer to the retired general and their country become well. You also make us to understand that President Muhammadu Buhari is the retired general who can serve the nation. Now, how far? Instead of you campaigning with the performance of whom you sold to us, you decided to campaign with your own past how many years since 1999. Yeah, this one no be to do with that. Oga Agbado, no be to do with that. Na juju. Yeah, now if you cannot be proud enough or bold enough to campaign with the performance of Oga Bubu, that means you cannot perform well as well. Yes, so you cannot perform well. Because you are the one that made Nigerians to know that, oh, this retired general can lead us to where we are going. And we voted him. We voted for change. But the reverse is the case. Now, the change we are looking for is here. After all, you people promise us $1 to 1 naira. And now $1 is 1,000 naira. No juju be that. Now juju. Please, let's move straight to another news. The last but not the least. Moment Peter Obi's wife was called to order at Uyo rally. What happened, madam? Iko na chain. How many iko na chain? So go back. As simple as that. There's no too much talk. After all, one of the presidential candidates say, leave his husband party and campaigning for APC. We see all of them, but nobody shouted. They say it was a slip of tongue, a big mistake. Okay, let's take it that way, my dear. Simply because now the oga a bit like bozu lady now do the mistake. I wish that mistake now is being done by Peter Obi. Ren Omokiri for don't carry am for your head. If you don't carry am for all the whole social media, he don't mock, write everything wey suppose write about this Okupe. Nobody is when not to pro you. But I never see him comment on Titi Abubakar that come out on the most funny part of himself. He used double mic. He used two mic, even one mic. He used double mic. I was saying, vote for APC, get your PVC 2023 and vote for APC because APC have promised us so many things. While I know they finish. The wife of the former Anambra State governor, who is originally from Akwa Ibom State, was seen in the video sensitizing the youth and women in their native language when comic Nollywood actor Imebishop Umo whispered to her to address the crowd in English rather than in Ibibio because of the media coverage. The wife of the Labour Party presidential candidate immediately adjusted, then urged voters in English to vote for her husband's party in the 2023 general elections. Okay. Oh. Onye kalaba ka Peter Obi lụrụ na Peter Nwam irie n'ụwa n'ọnụ irie n'ụwa. Meanwhile, supporters of the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, came out in their numbers at the rally held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State capital on Tuesday. The crowd of supporters made up a coalition of support groups as well as other well-wishers of the party, made up mainly of young people, came out in mass to pledge their support for the former Anambra State governor. I thank you all for the support. May the Almighty Chukwu Okeabiama bless you all. And as we verge into the 2023, we shall vote and defend our vote at all levels. So these are supposed to be our motto coming 2023. In the video shared on the micro-blogging platform, Twitter supporters could be seen chanting Obi's name as they declared themselves obedient, a title associated with the supporters of the presidential candidate. The last but not the least, I mean not the last, let us see what the presidential candidate of the PDP is doing in Yaradua's mom's house. Knocks as Atiku visits Yaradua's mother for the second time ahead of 2023 elections. Whether I do woman nine go vote for them, I don't know. This one is the second time where they go there. The People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has raised questions over his second visit to Hajia Aya Dada Yaradua, the mother of the last president Umaru Musa Yaradua in Katsina. Okutenu report that Atiku in May of 2022 also paid a courtesy visit to the aged woman a few days after the vice president Yemi Osinbajo, Peter Obi, and Nyesom Wike also visited her. The former vice president, who held his campaign rally in Katsina today, also used the opportunity to pay Hajia Yaradua a visit. Atiku was seen speaking with the aged woman in the company of some PDP chieftains before they left for the party's rally. However, many Nigerians question the constant visit to the old woman by Nigerian politicians during election period. That is the thing now. Don't be so the thing they do. Now during election period they will remember us. They will remember to be going from bus stop to bus stop, jumping keke with armed men that fool everywhere. Now you have been visiting Yaradua for over how many years that Yaradua, you are putting Yaradua mother? How many years that the son died? Have you ever ventured, even if at least buy one rapago give her? But anytime for election, you remember to go and visit her as a patriotic citizen now. Where the Monday they let Yaradua and Abi. I beg make I hear what nonsensical nonsense according to people who spoke English. So my good people of Biafra, are we going to take one more or should we leave this broadcast here? We cannot tell, but let's see if there's anyone that's available. But if there's not, then we'll have to end the broadcast here because I still have more to come. I don't want to make this let it not be boring for you to listen to the end. That is why I always make my broadcast very, very short. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you will be the first to be notified each time we go live or we post something new on this channel or any other channel that is related to Okute Daily Talk. I don't have more to tell you, but my prayer is that as this year is ending, it will never end with you. You will see the end of this year. This year will never see your end. And anything that is pertaining trouble, confusion of any kind can never see you or any member of your family. You shall be triumph in your going out and in your coming in. And this end of this year, as it is ending with everything that represents sorrow, sadness, never do well, laboring without nothing to show for. This year is ending with all of them. And may the Almighty Tuko bless us, protect us, save us, and lead us through into a new year that is going to bring a new happiness and peace in the whole world and also in the Biafran land at large. Have a nice day and have a nice time with your family. And whatever you are doing, let your work be counted. As I pray, Ise, Ise, Ise.